Hi friends, I Devi welcome you all in yet another episode of a nerve-wracking story. This channel serves real-life horror stories, and for all those who want to be a part of this creepy journey, then please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Here, my listeners get to hear many horror real-life tales. I have provided a playlist of all the horrifying experiences narrated to date. Y'all click on the link in the description box in case any of y'all have missed any story. Before I start, a must-needed disclaimer. The intention of this channel is not to generate belief in spirits. Real-life spooky moments and incidents are shared here. The story which I am going to narrate today is related to the house which I visited recently. No one goes close to this place, and it has been lying vacant for many years. A few days back, I was passing through the adjacent road. This house grabbed my attention because I knew that there was something creepy about this place. So I got out of my car to have a look from outside. Yes, the feeling was quite spooky. The area had a ghostly ambience. It was as if someone was watching you from somewhere. So I decided to gather the detailed story of this haunted house for my viewers. Hold your breath and sit back straight as I am going to start the narration of a real horrifying story that occurred here in this spot. The story of this house goes like this. The family was composed of parents, grandparents, and their grandson. The 5 members were leading a comfortable life. Though they were a well-to-do family, the grandfather was a big-time miser. One day, the grandchild had fallen sick. He had a high temperature. When the fever continued for elongated days, his father asked the head of the family to call the doctor. But, as his nature was, instead of spending money for the only heir of the family, the grandfather of the child tried some home remedies. But that was of no use. Days passed and his condition worsened. Due to incorrect treatment, after some days, the child expired. That came as a big shock for the family members. Everybody blamed the old man for not spending money. That was when the father of the deceased child blamed his miser dad for his child's death. He believed that if proper treatment would have been provided, then the child would have been alive. He said, due to his pinch penny nature, this mishap took place. Time was moving on and another mishap occurred in the house. This time, the daughter-in-law fell from the stairs and was seriously injured. Though she was immediately taken to the hospital, but was declared dead. After losing his son and wife, with a broken heart, the miser man's only son left the house. He was not ready to stay in a place that seemed to be cursed for him, and above all, he was not ready to stay with a penny pincher. Now, there were just 2 members left in that house, the old man and his wife. The miser grandfather was most of the time busy counting money and calculating expenditures, and the aged lady tried hard to spend as little as she could. Time was moving fast. Another casualty was about to happen in that house. On a Sunday, it was raining heavily. The old lady was doing some household chores on the terrace. Due to the rains, the area was quite slippery. While trying to remove clothes hanging on the rope, she slipped and fell down the terrace. She had fallen from the terrace to the ground floor. The sound of her fall was so loud that people gathered there. She died on the spot. Now remained the head of the family. He was the only member residing in that house. After the death of his wife, the old man hardly used to talk to anybody. Once a week, he used to go to the market. Otherwise, he stayed inside his bedroom, counting money and doing calculations. He missed his wife but loved money more than anything else. But how long can a currency entertain somebody? Slowly and gradually, he became a mentally ill person. He remained inside his room for months. The neighbors hardly used to get any glimpses of him. One day, due to a very strong foul smell, people gathered there and peeped inside the house. The old man was seen hanging. He was dead. He had hanged himself to death in the same room where he stayed the whole day. People tried contacting the old man's son, but nobody knew where he stayed. So, his body was taken care of by the police. Now, the house was vacant. Nobody wanted to go inside that house due to its scary environment. Many months passed after the death of the old man. Though nobody has experienced any scary incidents there, the house looked haunted. Due to fear, nobody was interested in going inside the house. Many months passed after the death of the miser. On a hot sunny day, a young salesman was passing by from that lane. He was very tired and exhausted and required some rest. He was looking out for shade. All of a sudden, his eyes got stuck on that house. It appeared to him that the house was vacant. He took a chance and entered the premises. He settled down in a corner of the house. After a while, he fell asleep. His bag was kept nearby and he was in deep sleep. It has been a few hours since he had slept. Suddenly, he was awakened by the sound of a heavy male voice. The sound was coming from within the house. The voice was asking him to get out of the premises. The sound was very scary. He woke up and stood in fear. He tried to find out whose voice was echoed. He peeped inside the window and was almost about to faint when he saw an old man howling with anger. A rope was curled all over his neck and he was holding a stick. His eyes were burning like coal. The young salesman was so scared that with trembling feet he came outside the house. His condition was pathetic. Fear had made him half dead. His shaking legs were not allowing him to run fast, but he managed to run as fast as he could. His bag lay there on the veranda of that haunted house. Later, people came to know about that incident. They knew that it was unsafe to enter the house. Though some individuals later tried entering that place but encountered bad experiences. To date, this house is lying vacant and people still feel scared to go inside this haunted house. So, is there anyone out there who has the courage and wants to explore this place? If any listener is interested in meeting that old man, then let me know. There are countless real life creepy incidents. If my listeners know of any such incident or happening, then mail me on the email provided in the description box. Leaving my friends with a promise that I will come up with another frightening story very soon. Bye!